Trapping like the narco. Got dope like Pablo. Cut dope like Pablo. Chop trees with the Draco. On the north got Diego. Say hasta luego. Who be in rapping kilo. Snub nose with potato. Hey. Cold gang with the cocaine. The more money make more rain. Pouring up a paint while I'm back in propane. Point blank range, get nose range. Skip to my Lou with the pack and the cat. Jiffy, Lou with the bricks, where they at? Drippin', ooze, the paddock all wet. Birds in the truck, they ain't leaving at the nest. Get pie face set like milk. Yup, running with the pack, got slipped. Hands in the cookie jar, cut his finger off. Being greedy, we gon' cut his tummy out. 100 bricks on the road, took a couple routes. Flush mama house, Hermes and Philly couch. I ain't really with the razzle dazzle. Knock him out, but then I throw him off the boat paddle. Go to Tijuana, put the kilo on the saddle. Sack him, hit a lick and cop a pterodactyl. Pap him, chop it, biting down like an apple. Match it with the acres, with the horses in the
Ain't no business, less the family in it. Ain't no business, less the family in it.
Leash out Vegas.
Drop top smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Cooking on your yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get janked.
My brother is a killer.
You with this bad and bullshit bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas a savage. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. Niggas a savage. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Fucking on your yeah, that. Cooking the dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something. Hey, I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up this gang and they come and get janked. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit bad. Cooking up dope with a savage. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. All set. Records on records, got backers on backers on right. We're gonna have some fun in the club.
Boom! What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? Listen, y'all already know what day it is. It's time to talk about the family business, New Orleans. This is the group live chat, y'all. Today, we missing some of our group because they got some other things going on. You know, our girl Tika, hope she gets better real soon. Shout out to her. And then, of course, my girl Candy Love has her interview today. Wishing her lots of good vibes and blessings as she gets through that. So, I got my girl Letitia and I got my girl Tamika, and y'all know we gonna hold it down until then. What's up, everybody in the chat? I'm gonna bring them up while I speak to y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kendall. Hey, Lady Virtue. Hey, DeMarcus. What's up, Lemon Kush? Thank you guys for coming through, and everybody else who's already in the chat who has not said anything yet. We appreciate you guys. How was y'all feeling about this episode, Tisha?
We doing 4 and 5 or just 5?
Both episodes is fine.
I mean,
we'll mix them up.
Both of them was really good. I mean, the anticipation. I mean, come on. We want the action, but it was good. I give the last two. I give them both the 8. Both the 8.
That's what's up. Tamika.
Yeah, these was cool. I think number 3 is still my favorite, but I like these. I give them an 8 too. Yeah, I'm ready to get to the action. I'm ready to see where we gonna go. But I do appreciate that Jean, that's his name, right? I like how he is not one to jump with his emotions. He's very strategic. He thinks things out, and I do appreciate that about him, his character so far.
Yeah, definitely. No, I wholeheartely agree with you. He does think things through, but I do feel like on this episode we really got a Jean that let us know he was the boss, basically. Like he let it be known real quick.
Yes,
like I'm the boss, not you. Right? So I did. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I agree with you, Kendall. I give this episode probably 8.5, maybe 9. Man, it's family business. But it definitely never disappoints. So I'm excited to see where we're gonna go from here though, because I feel like we gotta go somewhere. And I feel like it's gonna be a lot of things that, some of us book readers know some of the stuff already, but I feel like it's gonna be some things that people who haven't read the book are gonna be shocked about, or like you know what I'm saying. So I think it's going to be a good turn of events. Episode 4, shoot, I barely remember what happened on episode 4. I felt like that was a setup episode, is what I always say, and then episode 5 kind of took us to where we were going to go. But just as a mixture, I'm going to talk about the characters, y'all, because that's how I can remember most of the stuff. Hey, Candy. Hey, Boo. But the characters, let's talk about. I'm gonna start out with the heavy topic. Let's start out with Antoinette and Marquise, because they've been getting on my damn nerves, and I'm tired of them. And I'm so over this. It's like they are asking for whatever. Like, it's like they want it. It's like they don't care. And I'm starting to think Marquise is really in love. Tamika, what are your thoughts just on those characters?
Yeah, he gotta be in love. He gotta be ready to risk it all and really don't give a damn, because how are we out in public acting like, we ain't got a care in the world, we a couple. I can see y'all hiding behind the scenes and doing what y'all doing, but when they walked out and was kissing outside, I was like, oh, we really don't give a damn. Like, we just don't have, no type of F's to give. Like, ain't no way that you should be outside acting like that.
Acting like you is not married, acting like she ain't married. Like both of y'all acting like y'all ain't got a care in the world. I said, oh, that's what we doing. And y'all know small towns are what they are. I mean, I know it's New Orleans, but still small town, in the sense of people gonna see you. Like, it's not like y'all way out somewhere to where nobody gonna notice you. Like, people gonna notice you. Tisha, girl, talk about these two. They give me a headache.
They do not think that fat meat is greasy. I don't know why they are playing with Jean like this. And I mean, not Jean, Saint like this. Well, either one, don't matter. I don't know why he's playing with Saint like this. He's clearly unhinged. They are being so careless. And I mean, I don't know if I want to call it love, but he certainly got his nose wide open for Antoinette. And I can understand. I mean, I'm not gonna say I understand, but clearly she's not happy. But girl, this ain't it. This ain't the way to do it.
Okay. Like, if you're not happy, just let it go. Go away. Leave. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. But don't bring nobody else into your shenanigans, into your mess. Because this is
Right.
about to be a whole situation. And that's why I say that he gotta be in love. That's only love make you do some dumb stuff like this. Because you're putting everything at risk, because y'all have a whole business. It's your mom, all this stuff. Like, you're just putting so much. Hey, Darfelina Boo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But yeah, I mean, I just don't get them at all. Like, they irritated my soul so much. I just wanted to just throw them. What Inga say? Throw them in the fiery furnace.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, because what we not gonna do is sit up here and act like what we doing is the right thing. Like, at least hide it. Like, can we hide it? Try to hide it or something. And then you go straight to the hotel. Come out there with the food, go straight to the hotel. It's so much. And then get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. But anyway, y'all, that's
Why bother even going to the hotel if you was gonna be out eating in public anyway?
okay. Hanging all over him like that's your man. I'm like, girl, everybody know you with Saint. Stop playing with it. Like, and then you got Prince and Jace that just happen to be out here eating as well. So
Mhm.
now I'm like, so clearly y'all all in an area where, you know what I'm saying? Like, an area where y'all close knit, like close enough to be seen, because they see you and then they follow you and take these doggone pictures. So you know how I don't know. I'm ready to see next week's episode. Hey,
Yeah.
KIM, thank you.
Hey,
Sorry.
Renee.
Just doing too much. Thank you, Demarcus. No, it was not a Valentine's Day gift. It really wasn't. You know, side note, I'll tell y'all the clip note version of the story. Your girl got a little happy with the scissors when my hair got tangled when I took my braids out, and I took a pair of scissors and cut all of my hair off. And then I had to go to my beautician to fix it because I literally don't know how to cut hair or anything. So it was a spontaneous moment of just it was a lot, y'all girl be doing stuff, so that's how it happened, but I love it. So I'm back in my short hair phase again, so we'll go through this for a little while and see how long I decide to stay in short hair phase till I let it grow back out again. But thank y'all, I appreciate it, I really do. So yeah, y'all, let's who y'all want to talk about next? Who was like the character that you was like side eyeing the hardest besides Antoinette and Marquise, Tisha?
Okay, who was outside? I was just totally creeped out by Gabriel and how he thinks that increasing the number for her for her time and body is any less insulting. I mean, it's more insulting to be honest. But I was telling you, I said, girl, every time Big Shirley pull out that Daniel Boone ass Blicky, I just be cracking up. I just cannot take it seriously. It just reminds me of the cartoon character with the cast. I'm like, oh, what is she gonna do with that? I mean, but I guess it has real, ammunition in it or whatever. But
It's the way it looked like it's heavy, and if she try to actually shoot it, then it's gonna backfire. That's the way it be looking to me. I'm like, that gun looks real heavy. That is a
it's
gun.
very, very country gun because I'm sorry, Blicky, because I'm sitting here like, ma'am, I need you as a woman and as a voluptuous and sexual woman, I'm gonna need you to have a little cute little something, something
What you say? She
that you
want
can
her to
pull
have
out
one
of
of
your
the girls on it or something.
bosom, you can pull out of your leg, you know what I'm saying? Something real cutesy. But that is not
Okay,
it.
very demure, very cutesy. Yeah, no, I completely agree. But Big Shirley say, listen, she coming with the big guns.
Yeah, I
She
guess
ain't
what
coming with
I
the
said.
little.
I'm
She ain't
big.
coming with a big blicky. She ain't coming with the little ones. But yeah, I mean that scene in itself was crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I probably would have turned into a thought for a day. I would like, let me go ahead and she been a thought her whole. She was one for a long time, so she different. But I was like, listen, let me think about this for a second. 500K is on the table and just one night only, one night only. I said,
No,
man,
but would it really be for one night? See, people like that. Sometimes when people do that, they just don't stop at what they asked for the first time. And so I feel like she will get caught up into some kind of scam. But Kendall, yes, very much so, very Yosemite.
Yosemite Sam. Yeah, it's a little big. It looked like it's a little big for her, not like, but you know.
Hey, living
Yeah,
forever.
Team Big Shirley all day, Demarcus. I'm with that. I told you I've turned a new leaf for one time for one night only. You and I gonna be on the same team. I like Big Shirley at this point. At first, I was on the fence, but now she's won me over, so I'm here for it. Tamika, what was your thought about the indecent proposal? And would you be a thought for a day for
I
500K?
mean, I think he should have went about it a different way. I was like, what the hell is going on with Gabriel? This was hella weird to take the words from Shirley. The fact that I guess she threw it up and it turned into sunshine, honey, because he ain't forgot this thing. He said you was my first, and no matter who else came, nobody did it like you. I'm like, okay, but I think after he seen where it was going, he should have went a different way about it because it was like, no, dude, this ain't it. You saying that you usually don't get turned down. You know how to make people see things your way, but that wasn't the way to go about it at all. Mm-mm.
No, I mean, especially when you're trying to run away from your past, like when you're trying to leave it all behind you, and then you just boom come out of nowhere and boom, okay, you just gonna bring this all back up. Like, I'm a boss now. Like, I'm not going back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally different for Big Shirley. You know what I mean? Because that was who she was before. That was another lifetime, and probably something that she wants to forget. You know, it's probably a time that she may not be one of her proudest moments, as far as, you know, choices that she made. So she want to let that go. But he bringing it right back to her, I feel like it's probably a trigger for one thing. You know, not to
Yeah.
mention it's just a, you know, it's low key flattering in a way to know that somebody thought that you did something that was just that amazing all these
Mm-hmm.
umpteenth years later. But at the same time, it's kind of creepy at the same time.
It
It's kind of
is. And he
stalkerish.
definitely is not gonna stop, even if she did take him up on the offer. If you still open from 20 years ago, then you know you're gonna want more and more. You
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm.
No,
Oh,
I agree.
oh.
I think he would just keep trying and trying and trying. And sometimes when people have a lot of money, we know that they seem to think that everything has a price on it. And while I'm not saying that stuff doesn't always have a price on it, because I know that there are people who have a price. Like, even if people don't want to admit it, there is a price that you would stop and think. You may not do it, but you would definitely think. There's a price that you wouldn't think twice about. You know, like, it would just be like, but there's a number that somebody could probably throw out to you that you would be like, but then, you know, morality kicks in and you're like, oh, hell no, I'm still not doing it. But you'll be like, but I thought about it. So I think that there's just always that thing. And I think that he thought that he could give her a number that she could be bought at. And she couldn't be bought. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's not. And I think that what he's forgetting is who she was, and that you can't buy her. Like, that's an insult to her at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? So it is what it is. But I don't think Gabriel's going anywhere, y'all. I don't think Gabriel is going to take no for an answer. I think we're going to see Gabriel try again, and he's just going to keep trying, and he's not even going to have any couth about it. He's not going to have any type of, he's just going to keep doing the same exact thing, thinking that he's going to get a different answer. And at this point, I really feel like she could probably get millions out of him if she really wanted to. We just
That's what I'm saying, because if you said, you know, I insulted you by offering 100,000, I should have said 500,000. You might as well go ahead up to the million.
Mhm.
What we talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
But even
Yeah,
still, I
he's
feel
gonna
like
be
he thinks that he can have access to anything that he wants. I don't think he will stop at that one time. I think he's gonna be a bugaboo forever.
bugaboo.
And also he could have came, he like you said, Tamika, he could have came with a different approach. If he was like, you know what, I just want to let you know how how you really made me feel. After all these years, I'm still thinking about you. It could have been romantic. Instead, it was dirty because he was offering money. Like, she still does this. She got a whole business of her own,
Hmm.
and
He could
he
have asked
got
her
her
on a date. Like,
Exactly.
right,
I was about to say that. Yeah.
right.
Because she thought he was a developer that was interested in her land or her business, you know, and that's the only reason why she even gave him the time of day, because she was like, I'm busy, you know, my time is money. And I've had a lot of developers sit there, but none have been black. She actually has some respect for him, that he was saying he was the biggest one in the land. And it was like, oh, you don't came all the way over here. Okay. Let's see what you're talking about. You got a card. So it would have made more sense if he would have said, you know, you still been on my mind, I'd like to take y'all. She probably would have said no, but that would have came more better than the way that he went about it.
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, whether she would have went out with him or not, probably not, especially if she find out about what happened prior. But he is just a better way to approach it all. But, that billionaire status made him think that money could buy him any doggone thing, and any person, place, or thing per se. So there's that. Let's talk about Marie for a second, y'all. I can't stand her. I can't stand Marie. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't think it's nothing that could ever make me like the character Marie. Okay, so here are my thoughts on Marie, and then I'm gonna give y'all the floor. Marie strikes me as the type, like, first of all, you knew who Jean was, right? From the beginning. You've always known who he was. You literally were his ride or die. You know what I'm saying? You was hiding the coke, hiding the blickies. You was doing all of this, like, you knew exactly who he was. Was there a point or a time when he was keeping you in the loop on the business, and maybe you were a little bit more involved per se. Maybe, I don't know, we don't have all of the, the all of the details to know that, but I would assume that there may have been a moment where he confided in her more about the stuff that was going on with the business, you know what I'm saying? And maybe she's feeling lonely now because for 6 whole weeks he hasn't had relations with her, and all of a sudden I'm ready to just go blow up everything because of it, even though I know that it's a little bit deeper than that for her. But to think that the man is cheating because of 6 weeks, I'm just like, I don't know if I agree with Marie on that. I just feel like it's a stretch, especially I just want to believe in trust until someone shows you that you can't trust them. But I want to believe in trust initially, and he already came to her and said that that's not what the case was, that's not what it was, and I just don't see a world where he hasn't been like this. Has it maybe gotten a little bit worse, a little bit more right now? But I think he always been like this. And you just now, maybe you're changing and maybe you want something else. Maybe that's what it is. But I don't think this man has ever been any different. That's my opinion. And I just feel like Marie is doing the absolute most by trying to bring somebody else into, like, you just all of a sudden just want to go be with somebody else for what? It just doesn't make any sense. It got to be more to the story. Tisha?
I totally agree. I don't you know how I feel about Marie. She needs to find a hobby. And even if that hobby is she takes a trip and goes and has a summer fling somewhere where somebody don't know her name. But to be right here at home, fooling around with somebody you just met, and knowing, I think Marie knows that he's related to Big Shirley, right? I just it's just very crazy, very reckless, just like Marquise and Antoinette. And I don't like it. I don't, and I think she's doing that whole "I think he's cheating on me" thing, whatever, just because she wants to make herself feel better about cheating.
That's what I see.
Just no. It's an absolute no. It makes no sense. Go find something else to do, ma'am. Your
Okay.
sister already gave you a rose.
That part. Okay. You better go ahead and power that thing on. Get it going. Let me pull Kendall's question up. Shout out to Kendall. Do you think Gabriel could eventually pose a threat to Big Shirley because she keeps turning him down? Absolutely. I think Gabriel is very, very would I consider it to be narcissistic? I on a certain level, definitely. And I think that he is going to eventually, when she tries to put up those walls and put up those boundaries and give him a hard no, and maybe have to do something to make him understand that she's for real, that's when his narcissism is going to really kick in real hard, and that's when he's going to backfire. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. And I think he's going to try to punish her for rejecting him, for not
Absolutely.
remembering him, for, you can see on his face that he is not pleased by the fact that she is keeps saying no.
Mhm.
Because he thinks that he can do whatever he wants because he's a billionaire.
We're talking about 6 weeks is a long time. We're talking about
Mhm.
a month and a half. Oh my goodness, that is not that long, people. It's four
I mean,
weeks and it's 4 weeks and two, like, probably a week out of that they probably not having relations anyway. So technically, what, now we're down to 5 weeks, right? I'm just saying it is not that long to risk to throw your whole marriage away over. I'm just saying.
yeah, I'm kind of conflicted with the Jean and Marie thing because 6 weeks on one hand is not long, but if you used to y'all doing it on a regular basis and then you go 6 weeks, I could see you being like, what's going on here? What's happening? Normally we would, still be the active, even though he lost his brother recently, but I'm assuming that this has been going on longer than the brother. And it also was kind of like if she was saying usually she's a part of everything, she knows everything, and she feels like he's keeping stuff from her type of thing. But it made me laugh when her sister was like, girl, 6 weeks, that's it. She was like, I'm thinking you talking about something longer. I don't win 6 months without it. And the sister also said, girl, he ain't with no other woman. His other woman is his money, his business, his life. You already know that. So she don't even think that he's cheating on her. But it seems like, I feel like they giving us breadcrumbs and we don't see the whole picture for her to take it to that extreme. I don't think it should be that extreme. The first thing you thinking about is, yeah, let me go find this masked guy and be with him.
Exactly. And see, I think that's my problem is
Yeah.
that even if it has been 6 weeks, even if y'all are doing it every week or whatever the case is, I don't know how many times people do it. I don't know. Everybody different. But if even if you are, even if that is the case, and it's to me, I'm just thinking about it's 6 weeks. Like it's not like it's been, oh my God, it's been 6 months. What's going, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's been that like it's been a terribly long time. And he said that he was working on something big. He was working on something special. You know, this man is married to his business. Like if Raven knows, you absolutely know that the business has always come first. That's what I'm saying. Like I just don't see a world where his business hasn't always come first. Maybe she got more attention before, but I don't think that it was like first. I think she's always been second, but she's always been more involved. And if that makes sense, like he's always talking. You know how some people talk to you about this, that, and third, and maybe he's not talking to her like he used to talk to her. And she be in the know or in the loop of what this big business decision, you know, that he's trying to do. Maybe that's what it is. But even then, why run off to go sleep with another man? Why is that an option? I don't get it. Let me get to this super chat real quick. Renee said, LEJ, is it because it's cousin Curtis? Hell yeah. Listen, we gonna leave my cousin Curtis out of this. That's bro for real. We're gonna leave him out of here. Let cousin Curtis alone. Super chat $5. Okay, thanks for the $5 super chat. I hope we get a scene with Raven and Curtis together, and Curtis tell Raven that Harris put hands on London and he punched Harris. I don't think they're gonna do that, but you know. Let me see what P. Bronson. I think it depends on how many times a day he used to give it to her, and now she has nothing. I don't think he was giving it to her that many times a day. That man ain't never at home. That man is never at home. If anything, she might have got some morning or some late night. She needs to stay up to 3 a.m, is what I'm saying. If you want it that bad, stay up to 3 a.m. Stop playing. But this mask in the drawer thing, like this is you contemplating and literally wanting to do whatever it is that you about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like this is you literally taking steps. This isn't it's just you, I'm just gonna fall in his lap type of thing. This is you kind of setting the bait to go do this.
Premeditated is what they call it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So I don't know. I ain't got no respect for that right there.
It felt like she, you know, was already thinking about it and tempted. And even though when they went to go get that reading, she was acting like the reading was all wrong. That kind of felt like it was giving her more of the push, like, oh, okay, yeah, so I am supposed to go over here and see if we pulling the mask out the drawer, reminiscing, and we ain't even really had nothing to get excited about like that. And the damn kiss, okay. Mm-hmm. We see you, Marie.
Okay, we see you, Marie. We see what's really going on. Yeah, something ain't right with that one, y'all. But I feel like there's a piece to the story that we don't have, and I also always felt that way, like in the book as well. I feel like, you know, Carl is doing this thing where he leaves out something on purpose because he's gonna spin the block on it later for you. But I feel like there's something else that is going on with the Marie character that has put her to this level of what she, you know what I'm saying? Like there's something else, but we don't know what it is because it can't be this. Otherwise, you would have been divorced. You would have been left this man. It just can't be this. Let's see what DeMarcus said. Raven not too fond of Jean LeBlanc because he reminds Raven of Harris because Harris was about his business also. Listen, Harris is just a jerk and Harris is abusive. Harris is a whole nother situation. But she loved her some Harris though. But she need to leave him alone. And the psychic did tell her, I mean, not the psychic, the what did we call her? Is she the reader lady did Ernestine, just Ernestine. Ernestine did tell her that he was a anchor, that there was an anchor in her life, and she asked if she know who it was, and she was like her baby's father. And we all know that Harris is an anchor. He got the Italians after him, he got the Duncans after him. She need to let that go. P. Bronson said, "Let's hope cousin Curtis does not put it on her so well that she's acting like Marquise when he thinks Antoinette is so good."
Lord, no.
Well, didn't the reader say he was going to put it on her? She said he was going to be loving on her. Mm-hmm.
Okay, love her like no other. However she said it. Thank you, P. Bronson, for the $1.99 super chat. We definitely appreciate that super sticker. Thank you so much. Hey, Lex. She must be out of town somewhere because I don't. She didn't pop in today. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just this whole storyline just irks me. And then when she comes in there with the red dress, she puts on the mask, y'all, comes into the casino with the red dress on. She know Curtis ain't finna say no to this red dress. Dang. Oh, my cousin Curtis.
Should.
He should.
She's married.
But he not gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna give him all the smoke too, but you know he gonna get a pass eventually, so it is what it is. I'm biased.
Them Duncans, man, they just drawn like a moth to a flame to the married women.
Okay, because we went through all the married women that all of them have had. All of them except for Orlando is the only one, ironically, that has not been with a married woman, but it's either a married woman or a woman of the night. That's what we're gonna call it. Mm-hmm. A woman of the night.
I'll put it in the comments, but I wasn't sure if you put it up or not. But Kenny too. Kenny and Danielle.
Yeah, they are. I told you, one woman of the night or a married woman, one or the other. They love it. That's what they do. Oh, you crunching numbers still? Okay. Well, be safe out there crunching numbers, boo. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something about these Duncan men. They something else. And maybe this is Carl's thing. Like maybe he is low key. I don't think it's coincidental. I think that he is doing this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that it's not coincidental that all of the Duncan men at some point have either been with a married woman or a woman of the night at some point in their life. I think it's on purpose. Let me find out, Carl. Let's see. What's the next character? So we talked about Curtis. We talked about Marie trifling self because I can't stand her. And let's see who's next. Oh, Sheriff Clay. Sheriff Clay was up in that car. She was like, she was smoking. She was bouncing. Like Sheriff Clay was on it, y'all. It took me to the second time to notice that she was smoking and that she was bouncing. I said, okay, Sheriff Clay. But I think something's going on with Sheriff Clay. I was going to do a separate video on it, but I don't think I'm going to have time. But I think that Sheriff Clay she's not, okay, so hear me out on this one. She's not, she is not bound or loyal to Shirley, right? Or Marquise. Do her and Marquise have a past as in a connection because they went to school together? Yes, but I don't think that gives them like a loyalty to each other. You know what I mean? She's loyal to the mayor, and that's only because they smashing. But if Jean presents her with the right situation, I feel like she would swap in a minute. Like I feel like she is to the highest bidder, especially if the mayor, you know, we know that the mayor is married. Another married one, go figure. But we know the mayor is married, especially if he does something to break that relationship to where he makes her feel less than or something like that. I think Sheriff Clay is going to go work for Jean. What you think, Tamika?
I could see that. We already know Sheriff Clay. I definitely see that. And when he threw it at her, I think he said something about selling her weed and stuff back in the days, and like, don't act like I don't know you, and you know you all supposed to be uppity now, and we know you on the payroll. You know, watch how you talk to me and what you do. We can be better as, you know, I don't know if it's friends, but on the same team than against me, right? So I definitely feel like whoever's coming with the biggest amount of money, and we know the mayor's trash. He don't give a damn. Definitely whoever give him the bigger bag, he'll be down for it. So I could see something like that happening. She definitely was giving me those vibes in this last episode. And it was funny to me too when Skunk got in the car and was like, wait, was you smoking anything?
That doggone Skunk is something else. He's slowly trying to win me over. Oh, I hate that too. I said, I don't want to like you, Skunk. I don't like you. But he's slowly trying to win me over. That joker just be tripping me out. I was like, well, at least maybe Big Shirley just let him go. He need to go on out of town. Let me see. DeMarcus said Larry never messed with a married woman or a lady of the night. Well, I hate to be the one to bust your bubble, but Larry used to mess with them ladies of the night back in the day. But one gave him and he said, no, no, no. And ever since then, he ain't never messed with them ladies of the night. And yeah.
Yeah, but I do think she have a soft spot for Marquise because she did bring up him being her high school crush, but still, that mean green and talk. So,
and the fact that Jean has a reputation. So if you take that with the money, then I feel like she can be bought at any time, especially if the mayor screws her. And I mean, not like screw her, but like screw her. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because that's the only thing that's really holding her over there with Big Shirley Nim is she doing it for the mayor.
Right.
She love that man. So, I mean, I know they haven't really showed it in the show, but Jean tells you in this episode that, and then I think Marquise says it in another episode, like everybody knows about it.
Oh, yeah.
But they just haven't showed it to us directly. And even when they're in that moment when she calls him by his first name and he reminds her that he's the mayor, like, that something is going on. So I just feel like the minute that mess, she gonna go to the other side. I just feel like she ain't loyal. I don't even think she wanted to do half the stuff that she was doing for them now. Like, she only doing it because you paying her and the mayor telling her to keep it copacetic. So I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. We do stand corrected. We forgot about Ruby. I think we just forgot about the fact that she was married. For Orlando, Ruby was married technically. So.
Well, yeah, after the fact, when she got married to Vinny, they did mess around, but they only messed around to have the baby, but they still messed around. But so, yeah, in theory, he did, but I don't count Orlando's, and the only reason why I don't count his is because technically, I just don't count his like a relationship because the other was they was doing the most.
I feel like he got off on a technical on both ends because of that for the married part, but then in the lady of the night because technically he was the first one.
She was the only. Yeah, she never did it after him. That was it. That was her one and only. So
he got off on the technical. So okay, we gonna get that to Orlando because we ain't big fans of Orlando.
No, at all. Shout out to Orlando.
I just saw him in another movie, and he was cheating with somebody's wife.
Was he?
Orlando there.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Listen, we gonna need to go get that video, Darren's groove thing, so we can do some grooves. I remember he had those videos where he teach you how to dance. But yeah, I don't know. Orlando just ain't never gonna be my favorite, unfortunately. Somebody, I was trying to find it in the chat. I missed it. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. They were talking to DeMarcus. Yeah, that is very true, Amber. That's what they like. That's what they do. You can't justify for Orlando. I'm not justifying. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I'm laying out the facts. He didn't sleep with her like, oh, I was trying to be in a relationship. He slept with her because they was trying to make a baby, and it was Ruby who said, let's do it this way. Not like he was pursuing her in that. Not that he wouldn't have. I'm not saying he wouldn't have, because I know he would have. I'm saying that he did it in this moment, and that's just factual. Not a
And anyway,
justification. It's just
sorry.
what
So
happened.
let Vinny rest because he gone. Okay, no,
Okay.
the family that moved on.
And listen, and when we trying to give Orlando a compliment, let us give Orlando a compliment because I don't know about Tamika, but I know me and Tisha can't stand Orlando at all. Like, oh
Yeah,
the
Orlando was never my favorite, but I think Junior bumped it up with acting crazy that last season. But yeah.
okay. Junior better come into his senses because I need Junior to get back on my list of likes. I need him to come back up the ladder of my Duncan list. But to be fair, Junior has always been like it's just far as the siblings.
Yeah.
Ironically, y'all probably not gonna agree, but ironically, London was always my least favorite sibling, and maybe it was just because I mean, besides Orlando, like Orlando is, but she was the next one up, and then it was Junior, and you know what I'm saying. And so Paris has always been my favorite, um, and Paris, then Rio, and then now of course we have Roman, and y'all know I got love for Roman, so I mean, and then it kind of went there. I don't know. Oh, and then of course there's Vegas. I don't know where. Hold on, Vegas is at the top of my list.
He at the top of the list.
Vegas is at the top of my list. So Vegas and Paris are right here because I love them both. Like real bad. I
See,
love them both.
I was the
I know.
opposite. I love me some Junior. Junior was at the top of my list. Him in Vegas, and I love Rio too. But Paris was last, baby. It was
I know.
Paris. It was Paris, then Orlando, and they weren't even. It's like on the hierarchy, they on the low end where I don't like them. The rest of the siblings I liked. Period. I'm not saying them. Both of them get on my last nerve.
Okay, listen, I'm not even mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just really feel like we're gonna see a shift with the sheriff. But I guess we'll see. We'll find out. And then who we got next? Who we got? So we talked about Big Shirley. We talked about Gabriel crazy self. We've talked about Sheriff Clay. We talked about Marquise, Antoinette. We talked about Marie.
Yeah,
Oh, we got to talk about the two big characters because these two I feel like we're about to see them fall out. Saint and Jean. We saw the dynamics of them sitting there talking, and when he told him that, that let us know everything we needed to know. There's about to be some strife between these two right here, and I'm here for it. I love a good infight with the ops. I'm just saying, like it was subtle, but it was there for sure. But Jean is playing a long game. I just feel like he's playing a long game, and he made a little mistake with this whole skunk situation. And we're gonna talk about skunk too, but he made a mistake with the skunk thing and trying to shoot at him. What do you think about Jean and Saint, Tamika? Like just as far as the dynamics that you're seeing right now, how he checked him about him being the boss, basically, and that he should be better. I mean, did that make you feel like there was going to be a little something? Because I saw Saint's face change. That's what it was for me.
Yeah. First of all, I can't see Saint being a boss of any daggone thing. Everybody would be gone, so who the hell you gonna be the boss of? Because he don't have that temperament to me. But he definitely needed to be reminded and checked because obviously Jean see it too. Like, don't play in my face. Let's not get it twisted. Who's in charge of things over here? So I appreciated that because you can definitely see it, and I could see him potentially later on, trying to see if maybe he can turn things around and become the daggone boss. Because even when Jean first was coming down, when they was first about to go out and take Skunk, he said to him something about like, "Oh, you looking like Chip." I don't know if he said Chip. I don't remember the exact words. I'm paraphrasing, but like you looking happy for somebody that just found out that they took your brother out. And he was saying to him like, "We got to be easy with this. We got to go and see what's what before we jump to any conclusions. And then if it is what it is, I'm gonna handle it when we get there," type of thing. And so then when he came to see him at the jail and he was kind of trying to throw things out there, I was like, yeah, like this ain't gonna happen the way you want to happen. Okay, stick to going and chasing after your wife.
Okay, now just to give y'all a little bit of backstory, I know Girl, I don't know why I can't say names. I don't know why. I keep want to say Tika. Tika must be talking about me somewhere. Because I keep like for whatever reason, but all y'all names start with a T. Now that I think about it, I really am having to think. Tika, Tamika, Tisha. Okay, Tisha, I know that you've already read the book, so you know a little bit of the backstory. But just to give you some backstory about Saint and Jean, Tamika, they were best friends. They're really really close friends. They've known each other since they were teenagers. So with that piece of information and with this scene right here, I look at it like Saint went in there to have a conversation with his friend, but Jean was having a conversation with his employee, his subordinate, and they were having two different conversations. And I think Saint just realized that he wasn't a friend. I don't think that. I think that he really thought that they were friends like here. And then,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I think he forgot the dynamics of their relationship. And Jean reminded him that this is the hierarchy, not this
Mm-hmm.
friendship. I don't think Jean values that friendship anymore. Tisha, what you think?
I feel like Jean is making me really look at Saint differently because I wasn't a fan of Saint. I'm like,
Mhm.
I was starting to like him in the book, but on screen I was like, nah, he unhinged. I can't fool with him. But when Jean said that to him, I feel like leadership doesn't chastise their people; they empower them. And when he said that, you saw something change in Saint. It made me feel sorry for him. It made me feel bad
Me
for
too.
Saint. Like, okay, yes, you may think that, John, that you are supposed to be the one that's level headed because you're supposed to be better. It's one thing to think it. It's a whole other thing to say it. Say it in that man's face like that. I was just like, oh damn. Sheesh. I mean, how's a person supposed to react to that? Well, he basically said, you are my peon. You are my peasant. Now, how do you expect for this man to then roll as if, like you said, he's your friend, he's always had your back? So I liken him to Junior a little bit, where he's only seen as the muscle, and like he can't be anything else. And that's
Yeah.
the reason why Junior's acting up now. He hurt, but he also fighting the attitude that y'all think I wasn't good enough, but I am good enough. I am good enough, and I feel like that's why I've always side-eyed Saint, because I'm like the twos always want to be the ones.
Yep.
But you could have kept your two in his position if you empowered him to be the part of the team, as opposed to telling him, you're the number two, right? You're always gonna be the number two, right? I'm I just felt like his attitude about it was just so stank. Like how you expect for that man to function now? Like,
Mm-mm.
now
I
you
just
gotta watch your back.
exactly. I feel like you set it up to where now I'm gonna think about it. Like even if I was thinking I could be number one at some point, now I'm really thinking I could be number one at some point because you think you better than me. You don't because he has always had his back. Like that's supposed to be that's his best friend and business partner, but it's really not. There's no partnership in that. Like you work for him, he's your boss, and that's how he looks at you now. He don't look at you like he your friend, like y'all got a friendship. And I think it's been that way for a while when you really think about it. Like once a person gets to a certain level, I think that that's just what it is. And I think that's what we're about to see. But I am interested to see because people who've been friends like this for so long, and when something happens like this, sometimes they spin the block back with each other. Like they'll come together for a common thing. Like if we both if we both got this enemy, then we might come together for this enemy or whatever the case is. So I'm kind of waiting to see how this is all gonna play out. Uh Duda needed to watch Nook. He better watch that. Okay, because listen, Duda was doing too doggone much. It was time for Duda to take his behind away. He was doing way too much. And yeah, Duda was doing the same thing. Shoot. Always want to be the boss. Like I get that you the boss, but you don't always like sometimes you need to empower your number two to make them feel like when I'm not, and if he had did that, maybe his wife would not be out here trying to fool around with Curtis either. Because maybe if you gave Saint a little more responsibilities, then you could be at the house with her and help her. What you say, Tisha, get a hobby or something, do something,
Do something.
anything.
Both of their wives cheating.
Okay, shocked they not friends. Cheating both of their wives is doing the absolute most.
Disloyal out here in these streets. Disloyal.
Okay, these hoes ain't loyal. Chris told us. But listen, we got to talk about somebody who is not a 304. As a matter of fact, they ain't even done nothing. As a matter of fact, they are the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? They are a rare specimen out here. And this is what we found out. We already knew that from Family Business, but she's telling Prince now, like, look, hey, because she was a little apprehensive when they were having the conversation when he wanted to go party more, because she kind of knew where this could possibly go. The youngsters these days, they go from 0 to 100 real quick. Everything is real casual these days. But she was just like, look, like, do you still want to hang out with me? Because I'm still a virgin. And he thought that was dope. He didn't believe it, but at the end of the day, he was like, oh, that's dope. So what did y'all think about just like their whole dynamics, and what do y'all see happening with this couple, or soon to be couple, whatever they are? Tamika, you go first, and then Tisha.
I thought it was cute. Just the fact that he was like, nah, you bullcrap. Are you serious? I also think he sees that as a challenge. And it's like, hey, can I be the first one? I don't know. But he feeling her. He liking her vibe. She liking his vibe. So I think the bigger issue, of course, is going to be that both of them is, from the opposite sides, and those sides is not going to be, wanting to be friends and kumbaya. So of course they're going to have that battle to face. But I'm along for the ride. Like I said, I want to see where it's going to go. He definitely was feeling it, though. He was like, oh, I got me a good girl.
Okay. Simone, who? What? Tisha, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't have much. They cute, I guess, but come on, Prince. Give us, I mean, where's your game at, sir? Come on. Give us a little I'm asking the thug to be romantic. But so what? Come on, you feeling her clearly. So I don't know. It's moving a little slower than I would like. I think they are cute. Um, but yeah. And I don't think that Lauren is going to fall like that. I think family first, and she we've seen her in action. She has, like, I'm not gonna say she has no feelings, but she pretty hardcore. And remember what Vegas said when he sent her, she's just like Paris and London. You'll never see her coming.
You'll never see her coming. Exactly.
So yeah, she is all about the family business. So we'll have to see how it goes. Prince better play his part the correct way, be on the right side of right. Otherwise, you know, you could be
Okay.
gone like everybody else.
I mean, we saw in the trailer he's gonna tell her, like, my brother is a killer. Like, so there has to be a reasoning why they're having this conversation. At some point, they're probably gonna figure it out. Because I don't know if that other thing is gonna happen. How many episodes we got left? Three. So we're at 5, and then I think there's 8 episodes. So
Yeah.
We still have to see Larry. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We still have to see Larry. Larry is here for a reasoning.
Oh, I thought that was cute too. Speaking of Larry, him and Nene together, and the fact when she came home with her wig crooked, and Curtis just knew, like, wait a minute, and she was like, "Don't you ever?" I said, "I know that's right."
Okay, that part. Favorite liners that can't hold a candle to her. Yeah. And I don't think Simone can. Who kitty is that? Is that Kayla, or is that's Kayla? Yeah. Pete Bronson said favorite line of the show, that girl can't hold a candle to her. And I don't think Simone can. I think Simone is spoiled and entitled. And I think Simone was, I think I referred to her as a jump off. I think that's all she was to Prince, because we know that they have absolutely, you can just tell. I mean, you just know. just by the way that they present it. Because Simone she likes Prince. So, this will be interesting. But when it's all said and done, I think that the Lauren and Prince thing is really cute. I like them together, but I am interested in seeing what side Prince chooses, because I really feel like Prince really just going to work, y'all. Like, I feel like his loyalty, he has loyalty because he now, according to the promo from BET, he's the leader of the Crescent Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is the head, supposedly, allegedly. So I feel like he has a job to do. At the end of the day, it's still a job, because the Crescent Boys were created for the service of the LeBlanc family. They are not a gang that's just like a regular gang. They were created to do the work for the LeBlanc family. The was it the grandfather, I believe, who created the Crescent Boys, who came up with the idea? I think it was the grandfather, if I'm not mistaken. But he created them to run their drugs, to run their illegal stuff, to do all day stuff. That's what he created them for. So they only work for them. So with that being said, they have a certain loyalty to the LeBlanc family. But at the same time, I feel like for him, it is indeed a job. And the right woman, I think that Lauren, I think it's going to be a dilemma for him. I don't know which way he's going to go, because I think he really feeling her. And I think the more that they spend time with each other, the more he's going to feel her, and he's going to have a hard decision to make, because we got his brother and we got his loyalty to the LeBlanc family. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do?
And both of their brothers are now at odds.
So that's gonna be interesting. And like I said, when you bring in Big Larry, not Big Larry, I call him Big Larry. When you bring in, well, I cannot keep calling him Crazy Larry. When you bring in Larry, I'm just calling Larry. When you bring in Larry, it's gonna be a whole nother situation, because we know that Larry, he here for a reason, and he gonna start some stuff. Some stuff gonna go down. So I think we got a whole nother thing with that. I think it's just gonna be layer on top of layer on top of layer, and they're just gonna have these obstacles in their way. And it's not gonna be them; it's gonna be the people around them, and choices are gonna have to be made. And I don't know what choice they gonna make. No, she does not. She does not, DeMarcus. But yeah, so we have those two. Who else was in this episode? Of course, we talked about Raven for a minute. Oh, skunkity, skunkity, skunk. What y'all think she gonna do with him? I think she gonna let him go. I think she gonna hide him out. What do you think she gonna do, Tamika?
That's what I think. I was thinking that they was gonna probably send him away, tell him he better not come back, and give him some money or something. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like they're gonna hide him. I don't think they're gonna take him out. I was a little confused. I was like, how the hell she got there that fast? And she was just talking to Gabriel. But okay, the way they wrote up, because I was like, okay, who is it gonna be? It's either gonna be her, or it's gonna be John, well, not him, because he locked up, but somebody from his crew picking him up when she drove there. But I already know that they told her to be on the lookout for him and move him, that they needed him. So, but then when they was like, they taking him by the swamp, I said, oh Lord, you about to be sleeping with the vicious stuff, because I didn't understand how he really thought he was just gonna make that money easy and be out of here. Like, come on, you should have had way more common sense than that. Yeah. And the fact that they just skimmed by Floyd by the skin of his damn teeth, because he want to take that damn chain off. I guess that's what they want to tell us. That was funny too. But yeah, I was like, Skunk, you supposed to be from the streets, I'm assuming, so you should have been knowing that it wasn't going to be just easy peasy, you getting the money and getting up out of here. I was like, your ass will be in the swamp with the damn gators before you get that damn money. So,
right.
Yeah, I think he better be happy that Shirley was in that car. And she said, don't think about jumping out, because I ain't going to miss this shot, okay, with my big hammer.
Okay, that part. I don't think, and I think that he feels bad that he messed over her because at the end of the day, you got mad at Floyd, but you
Yeah,
messed over somebody who actually, was good to you. That's crazy how
exactly.
Yeah, he
Hmm.
should feel bad because that was a stupid move. That
It
okay.
don't
was.
that make no sense at all. And I was happy that Floyd was cracking me up because he was just so oblivious
Yes.
what was going on. I was like, dude, they are chasing you, and here come Ernestine with the chicken foot.
Soon
It's
as he
all
put
as
the chicken
well.
foot on, all is well though. Like I said that chicken foot worked.
Right.
He got his golf gloves. Like, what's going on? Hey, what's up,
Hmm.
nephew? Like,
He have no
sir,
clue. Like,
Not one single clue, not one
like
single
you
care in
in
the world.
danger. And you don't even know it.
Okay, just craziness. But yeah. I mean that's pretty.
yeah, because even when Marquise was in the hotel and that was the skin of the teeth. When cousin Curtis came and drove the car to get to the hotel and all that, and he had his back, I was cracking up on that. They was like, "Who are you?" I'm his cousin, and he with the hammers out.
I know when he put that thing up to the same bed, I said, "Okay, cousin Curtis, that's what I'm talking about. You got
Cousin
to have
Curtis
some
was like,
fun
"I
in New
got time
Orleans."
today."
Yeah, that was
I thought they was gonna get caught then, Ma. I was like really nervous, and then for them to slip up and just be out in the open later, it was like, are you kidding me? And even Prince is like, oh yeah, his wife she get around. Everybody know that. Like we be staying trying to child his daggone fool, but he don't want to. It's like everybody knows, but it was like okay, now we could go. And I was not expecting them to run up in here and be taking damn pictures. I'm like, really?
that was funny.
That was a mess, is what that was. That was so funny. And then it was laughing too. That made it worse.
Yes,
They
acting
are
like they the
silly.
damn maintenance man.
Because they know that she not gonna be able to talk her way out of this. Because I guess it's been times before. You can tell that this is a pattern. That this is not something like That's why I don't feel bad about talking about Antoinette, calling her a 304, because you can tell that this is a consistent pattern. Like this is something that she continues to do because he's like, she's not gonna be able to talk her way out of this one. What you mean? So you telling me that she didn't try to talk her way out of the
Yeah,
other
and Prince didn't look phased at all. He was just still eating. Like, let's see what they gonna do. Like this, So it came off like this is definitely something regular. But I guess every time he tried to say something to Saint, she wormed her way out of it, and it's like, how you gonna work? So I was like, well, damn, how many people they done seen her with?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Antoinette has a rotation. But yeah, so it is what it is. Let me see. Was there anything from episode 4? What happened in episode 4 that was that? I'm trying to see if there was anything that really, really stood out to me. Because I always felt like that was such a setup. Besides the fact that, they had what's his name out of his character, and then he ended up getting arrested. That happened towards the end. Um, and then let's see, was there anything else major that happened? I don't feel like there was like a lot of major stuff that happened on episode 4. I just feel like it was such a setup episode that it went by so quickly to me. Like it was like it started and it just ended. Like I was like, oh, it's over.
I
So
was just looking like, how big was that golf course that they just looked at me? How did they keep missing him? It was just
they
crazy.
running around there. I'm like, and he don't hear them calling his name. I'm like,
Right.
dang, you are oblivious to to what's going on right now, sir. I need to give me a chicken foot. Apparently, shit, like that chicken foot has protected him. Soon as he put that thing on, because I'm like, I thought for sure that they were about to roll up on him.
I like the standoff between Curtis and Saint though.
Yeah,
That was cool, and I love that at the end he was like, what did he say? Not welcome to New Orleans, or we about to have some
we
fun.
gonna have some fun in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, we gonna have some fun in New Orleans. So I'm like, look at Curtis.
Yeah.
Activated.
And also when Larry, and I know EJ has already been mentioning this, But I was like, oh, that's what EJ been saying, because Larry was like, why did Big Shirley want y'all down here? Like, this is weird. And then Nene was saying, I don't know, but it seemed like once we got here, everything was kind of settled. And she don't like violence, but she still love us. We family, whatever. And he was like, she don't like violence. He was like, that's bullish. Like, remember when we had to come and take care of things for her? He was like, she ain't been liking violence then. So I was like, I was like,
Big
yeah,
Shirley was
EJ's
a
been
whole
saying.
madam. A whole madam. And in episode 4 is when we got introduced to old Gabriel, old trifling.
Yeah, that's when he first showed up.
That's when he popped up. And then that's also when the breakfast situation, because that was
because wasn't cousin, what's her name? Big Shirley cousin, she was trying to hit on Curtis too, talking about, I might have to take you upstairs, this breakfast you making.
Listen, cousin Curtis was looking good in that in that little apron. I said, look at him trying to cook some breakfast. I ain't mad at it, but his mama taught him how to cook, so it is what it is. And then Marquise was talking about how Big Shirley, all she know how to make is gumbo. So that was cute. I like the I think that's what also made me like Big Shirley a little bit more, is because seeing her with her family gives me more of it feels more Duncan to me, if that makes sense. Like, before, I couldn't connect her. Like, even though I've read all the stuff and I know, I just couldn't connect her. Like, I just felt a disconnect for the character. And it didn't help that she didn't like, my Uncle LC, because why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Because
we know why, but still. DeMarcus had a question way back. I had to go back and find it. Did Floyd know about Big Shirley's past in the book? I cannot remember. I was trying to remember how it even came about that they
I believe he does. He knows about her past. I think he knows about her past.
Yes, but my question is, do you remember how they came about to come back together as a family? Because we were talking about how that was a gripe of ours, about the fact that, okay, well, if she had this family and she had this family had a business, why in the hell was she working in this brothel for all these years?
Exactly. That was my thought process. But when Larry says that the way we had to fight to get the business back, it made me think that they must have lost it somehow. And now, because we know that for some reason she was disconnected from her mom, because remember when her mom passed away in the book, when her and Chippy had their little thing when she tried to slice that thing off. And I think and if you haven't looked at that video, I actually have a video about that, y'all. I did a story time on that time that Big Shirley tried to slice, that time that Chippy sliced Big Shirley's face. Well, when she in that particular scene, she talks about her mom passing away. So we know that she hadn't seen her mom in quite some time. So, and I don't know if this is the casino on her mom's side or if it's her casino on her dad's side. I guess that would all make like a difference in a way, because who knows? But they might spin the block and tell us one day, give us more details on it, because I did think about that too. Like, where was Floyd at all this time? Like, I mean, because did he fight? He fought. He was in. He was in the service. I know that much. We know he was in the service, but it's just that time frame where she was doing this. It just always irks me that we don't know if there was this family, like what was going on. But like I said, they did talk about the mom for like a split second. So I mean, Big Shirley could just been doing her own thing. Like you never know what it was that got her to where she is. And maybe they'll do a backstory and let us know, because that's the one backstory that we don't have. We don't know how she got there. We know how Chippy got there. We don't know how Big Shirley got there. So that would be interesting. I think Big Shirley tried to keep the business from her. Who she tried to keep the business from who? Let me know.
She's saying she thinks that Big Shirley's family tried to keep it from Big Shirley.
Oh, I think Big Shirley's family tried to keep the business from her. Okay, gotcha. I don't know. I guess We're gonna need a little bit more insight, a little more intel, a little more detail, because if they had to go in there and bust some heads, then who heads was they busting? Well, we know her mom been passed away, so who was it that they had to get at to try to get this business? Was it an outsider that took over the business or something? Because you know how stuff like that be happening. Who knows? Um, who said? Who would he say? We might be a flashback of Little Mama and Levi. Hopefully. Why we need I like Little Mama though?
Me too.
I ain't gonna say no. I wouldn't be mad at a flashback of Little Mama. I did hear that there may be a flashback of Big Shirley, but I don't know if it's gonna be in the Family Business New Orleans, the Family Business OG.
Her in the OG when they did that reminiscence episode.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that told Chippy not to do it when she was getting ready to approach Elsie, young
Mm-hmm.
Elsie. So we
Yeah.
did get a chance to see a little bit of Big Shirley back then.
Yeah, so that the young lady who plays that character, she she might have done some other flashback scenes. So we'll see though. I'll tell y'all in the back. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. We appreciate everyone. That's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, episode 4 didn't have a ton going on, but I loved when Saint and Curtis finally came to when they finally came face to face, and when he put it to his head and they let it be known that, look, I got a family that's here too. And I think this is when they finally know that we got other people here. So, and the fact that Prince and Curtis kind of had their moment too. So this is going to be interesting, being that, he could potentially be his brother-in-law one day. But thank you guys so much for coming out. Definitely appreciate you guys for rocking with us. If you did not catch the after show live, definitely go and check that one out. It was so much fun, y'all. We just had pop-ins and just guests popping up, and it was just fun. I mean, it's a hangout is what it is. That's probably what I'm gonna call it, the hangout. We just sit there and we just talk about the show. Ben and I have been doing it for the last several weeks, and we've been having fun with it. And last week, or this, what do you call it? What's Sunday? Okay, technically last week, the Jensen popped in. He's the one who plays Saint, and then we also had Stump Keith. He popped in. And then we also had a super special guest, y'all. We had the twins pop in. It was so fun. And this is the OG twins. So if you are a fan of the Family Business, OG Family Business, then the twins did pop in. And that was really, really fun. May they rest in peace. Because we're going to find a way to bring them back. Dang it.
Yeah, I didn't want to bust a bubble, but Carl said at the book signing,
No, Tisha, no.
He said no, he doesn't bring back new characters. He said, why do we do that? He said, instead, what we do is we write a new character for y'all to fall in love with. So he ain't bringing back. The only one he brought back was Lou, Uncle Lou. So, which we love in ghost form. Well, no, he brought back Niles, I guess, technically.
Yeah, Niles came back.
Yes.
So, Carl, I don't believe it. You can make it happen. Bring Carl and Carl. Hashtag bring Carl and Carlos back. Thank you so much, Miss Sugar Brown. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. We're about to get up out of here, but thank you guys so much. Shout out to Kendall, P. Bronson, DeMarcus, Lemon Kush Pepper, Sugar Brown. Thank you for coming through. Hit that like button, Ember, and everybody else who came through. Candy, Kim, all of y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you did hit the like button. If you're watching this on the replay, guys, make sure to type in hashtag replay gang and replay squad and let me know that you came through and what you thought about this episode. And we're going to catch y'all on the next one. We're going to end this one with the ops, y'all, because why not?
Trapping like the narco. Got dope like Pablo. Cut dope like Pablo. Chop trees with the Draco. On the north got Diego. Say hasta luego. We'll be in rapping kilo.